All right. We are going to get started here. In this game, difficulty is tied to your actions. I didn't read it all. The more lives you take, the easier the game will
12
be.
dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Hey, Princess. Yeah, I'm just starting it. I just downloaded it. Doing good. Doing good. Well, I guess I'm ready to go. I guess I'm a zombie. Oh, come on. Guess we'll go back. I'm still tweaking some of the controls for my preferences, but other than that, this is going to be a trial and error. How have you been? I'm assuming it was been nice and warm in North Carolina.
Thirsty. So thirsty.
Yeah, I did some lawn work and I came in and it was still downloading. It took forever, for me at least. A gazillion people streaming it. Even the big boys are streaming it.
What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no! Mary! Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God. Mary. Mary. No. No.
So he kills his sister right off the bat.
This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me. Stupid beast! No! No! Don't
Ouch.
shoot!
Won't let me do anything. I guess I'm just running.
This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here. This can't be happening. No, please,
shit.
stop. I mean you no harm. What's going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? Where is it?
Can't do anything. Oh,
What's all this about?
finally.
Now, I can defend myself.
Whoa.
Shit,
Didn't
where'd
know-
it go? Where'd
didn't
it
know
go?
you could do that.
Has it killed that thing?
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice.
Alright. I guess I can't loot him. I don't think I can. Nope. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to control this guy. It'll take a little getting used to. He kind of ducks and dips. What was the other one? Hang on a minute. Yeah, let's move my mount sensitivity. Let's move it up one and see what it does. Okay, that's a little bit too crazy. Let's move it down. Let's move it to 4. Alright, that's a little better. It's not so jerky when I'm trying to move. 'Cause obviously you gotta look around you.
Who are you? Stupid beast!
Let's see how it likes a bit of fire.
Sorry.
Guess we gotta go through the steel works here. Uh-oh. Can we get around him? No, can't get through here.
See them fancy clothes?
No, please, stop! Who are you? What do you want?
Alright. I don't understand the... Oh, he dodges backwards. Okay, now I got it. can't be running forward and dodge. All right, all right. Alrighty. I can't get through here. What am I supposed to do? Ah. Didn't see the door. Didn't see the door. Uh-oh.
I mean you no harm. I need help.
Die, you fucking leech!
Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this.
Shut up, beast!
Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name?
I'll do the rest of the job.
Just leave me. The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone.
Aggravated damage. Certain elements like fire deal aggravated damage that reduces your maximum health gauge. Okay. I can't get anything to open here. Oh, I can now. I can now. 350 of 500. Holy shit. This is, oh my god, that's a big map. Alright. No quests. I don't know what that means. No investigations. Alright, well I haven't done anything yet. We're still learning the game. Still learning the controls, actually.
I need to find somewhere
He
to
got a
hide.
flamethrower?
Let me go!
Whoa. Holy crap. Okay, you can...
I need to find shelter.
He was shooting a crossbow. But I can't pick it up, though. You can't take their weapons. Does that say locked?
I cannot enter.
Okay. Now I know what a locked door looks like.
Is anybody there?
Is anybody there?
What is this place?
He doesn't have super strength.
The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
Should be safe enough here. I don't want to go up. Alright, I'm starting to realize that they got little glowy things. Collectible. Leeches do not fear the sun or fire, as they do not burst into flames or ashes when they are caught under the rays of daylight. But it hurts them good, really good. I have personally chained a vampire to a tree to see what would happen when the sun hits him. Its skin blackened in a few minutes as if it was burning from the inside. His eyes and flesh melted, and I saw its unholy bones move and squeal as the beast tried to escape all day long. In the end, it only desiccated corpse remained, which started to slowly regenerate when the sun disappeared behind the horizon. I cut off its head and finally destroyed it. Blah, blah, blah. To burn the beast away. Okay. Weakness of vampires. The collectibles. I gotcha. 5 shillings, and I'm rich. $5.
What have you done?
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
I will find them. We'll find them together. Ooh, a hammer. I can't pick it up. Alright, you can't just pick everything up. I'm starting to learn that. Here, we can get something out of here. Ooh, bottle of alcohol. It's probably not drinking alcohol. Ew. She wasn't too purty.
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give me an Eve. That's impossible.
Nothing's impossible. Okay, I have a watch. Alright, hang on, I saw... Oh, here we go. I knew there was a walk button where he doesn't just run around all the time. That's the hardest thing is he takes off running, stops, takes off running. Yep, you got 2 holes.
12 dreams for the Red Queen that sleeps under crown of stone, that she might linger longer, her eyes as white as blue.
Who goes there?
The prayer was summoned by warrior song. The child born from darkness must take scent of his power.
Who's there? Are you referring to me? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Alright. I need to check something real quick. Hang on a second. And I have no idea why my chat bot keeps throwing out that. I must have something on a timer there. I don't know why it does that. I will try to fix that later. 5 more shillings. Shillings are pennies, right? I'm taking whatever that is. Is he smelling him? Can't smell too good.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No! There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing.
Yeah, so he was in the war.
No, it never got easy.
He was a soldier. Alright. Now he's got a gun now. Bloody diary. Well, I didn't want to do that. Oh man, this is a long one. I thought I was going to read this, but I'm not going to read all this out loud. Mechanical shovel. London became some groceries and drugs. Becky threw up the meal a few hours after she ate. She's obviously sick. Then she attacked, jumped me from the stairs and tried to bite me. I had to smack her. Could not sleep at all. Becky spent the whole night scratching at the door, asking for my help, begging me to let her in, but I was too afraid to open the door. I'm just waiting for her to die now. It might not be long. I pray to God it ends soon. I was so hungry, I tried to go downstairs this morning. Becky was sitting in the armchair by the chimney. She was panting like a dog, looking at me without moving, just following me around with her eyes. The house is silent like a tomb. No more noises. Becky is dead. Forgive me, my love. I was unable to save you. I'll be with you soon enough. Alright, so he offed himself. This is in quest items. So the diary is a quest item.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all.
No sense at all.
It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it.
What's he doing? Uh-oh, at least he's not shooting himself in the head.
Rational thinking only.
I don't have a choice but to shoot. Alright. Game over. Vampire. Well, that hurt for nothing. What were you thinking? You bled out, but you're not
This
dead.
is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
As it is, as mad as the moon. Jail's blood is sunlight into a glowing flesh.
Uh-oh. Hideout beds allow you to evolve and rest. Spend experience points to level up and improve your vampiric skills. Autophagy? I'm not sure if I pronounce that. Autophagy. Either way. Begin by selecting the available skill. Everything's locked except for that. You drain your own blood to heal normal and aggravated damage instantly. Ooh, they got all kinds of skills here. Coagulation. Oh, you can click on them. Wow, there's all kinds of skill trees here. This vampire will concentrate on the prey's blood, stopping them in their tracks, making them defenseless. You can... you must have to split. Either way, we'll deal with those. What's this one? You create an invisible barrier absorbing direct damage into it. Blood barrier. Claws. Close range attack that will cut through all living creatures. Blood spear. You throw a spear made of blood which can pass through enemies in front of you. Shadow Mist. Place a cloud of shadows at your target's feet. The cloud will explode after a short time, causing heavy damage. Ooh. That's cool. The vampire concentrates shadows around their prey to make them explode after a countdown. The explosion will injure everything in range with needle-like living spears. Vampires often use this ability to wipe out groups of enemies from a distance. That looks cool. The shadow explosion has increased range and damage. The shadows will pool in a single place. All targets within this area are struck constantly with slithers of darkness, causing them to bleed. The vampire will directly absorb the blood from the wounds. Cool beans here. I like that skill. Tactical. You perform a supernatural move to your target and cause damage upon landing. Shadow Veil. Drain your stamina and fade to shadows. You become invisible. Cool. Toggle your stamina. You're now able to dodge. You can now damage and stun. You gain damage and stun bonuses if you leave the shadows. I guess I don't understand what... Okay, we'll wait till we get those. Ultimate. Rage. You lose control and let the beast take over for a short time. The Abyss. You create a shadow vortex at your target's feet. Coming to life. The shadow interrupted. I wonder what this does. Vampire concentrates summoning shadows in their purest, darkest form. These shadows capture the vampire's prey and toys with it like a cat with a mouse. After a brief moment, the shadows strike, impaling their prey. Because of its dark nature, this type of ability cannot be used too often. Cool, cool, cool. What does this one do? Vampire loses control and unleashes the beast within to do their dirty work. The beast teleports itself on the target around them, striking with their unfettered fury. Blood Cauldron. Some abilities are so powerful even vampires fail. Okay, I just said that. Vampire release their prey after a few seconds, leaving damaged blood cells within them. These cells will continue to impact their host before exploding after a short time. Man, they're all cool. That's all the active skills. Then passive skills is increase your health, increase your stamina, increase your blood capacity, increase your blood absorption when using the bite in combat. Man, up to 10. Hard biting. Fast regeneration. You can now carry 3 serums on you. Increase number of bullets. Alright. Alright, so only thing we can do is increase this thing right here. Drain your own blood and heal normal. Vampire uses the power of blood to heal normal and aggravated damage, increasing its flesh, nerve, and bone regeneration. With time, the vampiric ability can be extremely powerful and is sure to surprise any unwary vampire hunter. Well, how do I click on it? Oh, maybe I gotta click on this. Ah. And I can't do 2. Level 6 required. I'm level 2. Evolution. You now have enough EXP to unlock an aggressive skill. Ah. I like this one here. Shadow Mist. A little AoE explosion. Let's get this one. Ta-da! Alright. I don't know which is the better one, but that one looked cool to me. I don't know how it looked to you. Now select Confirm to save your choices. Oh, I could have opened these too. I guess it doesn't make any difference. I don't have enough points. That takes 300 and I got 135. Confirm. I can't. Gotta hold the buttons down. Alright, I do need to...
That voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become.
What are the two... Oh, that's the tab button. Oh, that didn't do me any good. I don't want to go to the map. Actually, resale value can be recycled into components. And that's that diary. Alright. Oh, guess what I want. Yeah, okay, my skills are... Autophagy is number 1, and that's automatically in number 2. I can't swap those around. E details. Okay, that's the same details I just had. Then I'll leave that where it's at right now. Power and mesmerize level. Conduct research on my new condition. Reach the North Bank. Okay. Still a lot of stuff. I'm trying to figure out what these buttons do. Alright. Is there anything else I can pick up? I wish it gave you a better idea. Now I'm running all of a sudden. Oh, somebody's trying to get in here.
Where is it? It's closed.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here!
Oh, that's cool. I thought you automatically can do that. I thought that was going to be a power.
My head's spinning.
Oi! Come out, you coward! Clever fucking beast.
What is this? A used stake. Details. Shelter key. Offhand weapons. Offhand weapons can be used by pressing the right control or right button. They have attacks with special effects that consume stamina. Ah. That's cool. Cool. I guess there's nothing in here to... Is there a door up here?
It's locked.
It's locked. I had a key. Must not be to that door.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End. Go back home.
Ouch! What the hell? Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Stun. Use your stake to inflict stun damage. A stun enemy can be bitten.
Die, vermin!
Alright. Bite. Stun enemy. Biting that provides blood. Alright. Alright.
Strength I never knew I had.
I like that. Stun bite. It's like trance feed in Vampire the Masquerade. What is he doing? Now you have blood. Press number 2 to unleash a vampire skill. I don't know how to...
He's mine! I'll take it!
This shouldn't be possible.
Kicking my ass.
Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire.
feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Ah, now I see what happens there. That didn't work.
My strength, my reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
What is going on here? Hang on a second. My chatbot is losing control here. What is going on? Oh, I see what's happening here. Where? Hang on a second. I got hotkeys that I need to undo. Ah. Damn it. That's what's happening. Those hotkeys. I can't believe I turn those off, huh? Every time I was hitting my keys, a macro was going off. Alright, now we got those taken care of. I think that'll... Alright. Okay, so those keys, common handle part, 3 shillings. Whoop. Can I jump over to the boat? No, I can't. Aluminum powder? Is there a reason why I need to be up here? I guess not. Still kind of just figuring out the controls here. I'm in the stable now. Alright, I need to walk again. So. I just don't know how to do that number, my AoE, that it doesn't show up at my feet. It must be that, maybe that's a later skill. Join the British ranks. Join the British ranks. Alright.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you.
for what happened to us.
God dang it. That's locked. Uh-oh. Oh, you can eat rats.
This is despicable.
10 shillings.
It's locked, all right.
You can eat rats.
I can't
Like
believe I'm
like
doing this.
Vampire the Masquerade. Can't believe I'm doing that. Is that what he said?
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
All right. Oh, handrail there. I didn't see it.
What will London have to say to me? I cannot enter. I've so many questions unanswered.
God damn. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Oh.
Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum?
Is that his ear?
The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Perhaps. Toggle your senses. Ah.
Fresh blood. The smell is so strong.
Alright, let me... I am going to take a quick bio break. I will be right back. Well, what the hell did I just do? I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Aluminum shard and grease.
This is a slaughterhouse. It's locked.
It's locked. What's the point of having a locked chest here? Am I ever going to come back here? 5 shillings. I mean, how would I ever know if I get this key? I don't see anything that's going to let me get in here.
It's locked, all right.
Okay. I can't go down there. Alright. I guess there's no key on this body, right? I guess I could have walked up the stairs too.
It's locked, all right.
It lets me come in one door and locks the other door. Alright. Come on, dog. Quit barking out there. You're driving me nuts.
There's no one in sight.
Guess it's not a door to open. Okay, I'm missing something. Follow the killer's trail. Where did I come up here at? Over here? Ah, here we go.
Where has everyone gone?
Aluminum powder, aluminum shard. Oh, it's a rat. I don't need to kill a rat or drink a rat. A new hideout is available in this district. Check your map to locate it. Oh, I'm right where I need to be. A new hideout available. Now, it shows me standing right on top of it. Ah. Keep out. You just found a new hideout here where you can spend your EXP while resting or craft items at the workbench. And then you can only auto save. And I wish it would. I guess I gotta hold the button down the wall. Okay, I don't have it. Well, I do have 500 EXP. Sometimes I don't want to spend them right now. What's in here? Refill all. But there's nothing in it. Crafting. On the workbench, you can craft. Medical treatments to heal sick citizens. Serums to boost yourself. Weapon upgrades. Alright. Holy crap, I need a ton of stuff for that stuff. I definitely want to level this up. How do I do that? Alright, I don't know how to... Whoops. Leveling. Alright, I don't know what I am supposed to do. Is it telling me I can't? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Recycle. Recycle. Alright. How do you upgrade? I guess it's telling me I don't have enough. It's in my inventory. It said I needed 5. Yeah, I took 5 of those. Now I should have enough. Okay, to upgrade this. I need 5 aluminum powder, 5 aluminum shard. I've got 6 and 7. I should have enough. But what am I doing? Craft weapons now. See, I just don't know what I'm doing here. Why will it not let me upgrade this? God damn it. And there's no tutorial to tell you how to do it, huh? Alright. Guess I'm gonna have to look it up. Hang on. Hold the appropriate button. Okay, now see, that makes no sense because it won't let me do what I want to do. Now what's the appropriate button? It says click the appropriate button. Well, maybe there's a button over here. This makes no sense. Okay, hold the appropriate button. That fucking button was that supposed to be? Am I supposed to? Does it tell me I have to have one new stake plus those? Is that what it's telling me? Maybe that is what it's telling me here. What did it say I needed? Three tiny common handle parts and one lead stick. 2 lead sticks. Okay, I guess we're done in here. See, that's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to keep track of what you need. I mean, how am I supposed to know what I need? Okay, he definitely went in here.
At last, a little life.
Welcome, sir, to the Turquoise Turf.
Speak with the locals.
Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
The sewer dog?
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blamed a sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
Okay.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
Okay.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
What is this place?
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
The murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
Okay.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. Professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
yes?
No funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
A respectable establishment. If you'll let me go back here and steal from him. Yep, I guess there's nothing to take back here. Alright, man, I gotta quit running. It's killing me. Let's talk to her if it'll let me, yep.
Hello, sir. Are you alright? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know.
Why is it showing the camera?
Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, and now all these terrible murders.
Terrible murders?
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
Okay.
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, the Turquoise Turtle. I'm the barmaid here,
Turquoise
Sabrina,
Turtle.
if you want to know.
Sabrina, the teenage witch.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
The murders and all. Alright, I guess...
I'll leave then. Thank you.
I guess we're done talking to her.
Not long ago, this would make me a laugh.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me. There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess. No?
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
It's a good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
Confront the man on the second floor of the Turquoise Turtle. Oh.
This is no place for you. Prewell has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone's eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Turtle Papek, what's going on, brother? What is going on?
Slowly, vampire. Who are you? I mean you no harm, saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word. Anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you.
Is it Sunday today? This is that new game, Vampire. It just came out today. I just started it about an hour and a half ago. I haven't got too far. I'm still learning the...
And who might you be?
Still learning the game itself.
I'm not sure that I know anymore.
Might I at least learn the reason of your presence?
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
You seem the expert. How would that be?
I have my secrets, as you have yours.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Yeah, I got it on Steam.
Of the Brotherhood of
I think you can. It's on PS4 and Xbox too.
Here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
But it just came out today. In fact, it took me forever to get it downloaded. I was going to stream it earlier and didn't get a chance to start streaming. What is the Brotherhood? What did they say? The Brotherhood of something?
And what exactly is this Brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it
Yeah,
another time.
all amateurs tonight, which sucks. Actually, I'm not going to start Fishing Plant till 7 o'clock tonight. So it'll be a little bit later. I don't know what we're going to do. Just, I guess, fish to fish. I don't understand why they do that. Why? There's no reason to have... Yeah, I bitch about that all the time. There's no reason to have them all in a row. And if you look at some of the amateur in the past, the one I looked at last night only had 4 people played. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the Old Bucks. Only 4 people played that thing. I mean, come on, what's the point of having them? I mean, if there was 50% of the people that play Fishing Planet were under level 25, I can understand all these amateur competitions. And I don't think they should ever have 5 in a row or 6 in a row. If anything, it should be like 8 to 1 or something. I don't know. But either way, can't have any comps tonight. And like I said, I'm going to stream this until probably 7, and then I'll go to Fishing Planet for a while. Because otherwise, I'm just going to be. I think I was going to California tonight just to do some fishing.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
Dr. Swinnessa?
A vampire is at work here.
Swansea?
Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
All right.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
A shadow, indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
Guess I'll demand answers.
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Track the killer, interrogate the locals. I guess he's gonna let me steal money from him. Alright, the woman came out here, but I guess I'm not gonna deal with her.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
I cannot enter.
Locked.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Alright, what did it... Is it this button? Yeah, this is where I get... This is starting to open up. Pillar. Is this supposed to be pillar of the community? Blood quality? What's that mean? Mesmerized level. Tom Watts. He's healthy. Sabrina Cavendish. Oh, that must be mesmerize 3, and I only have a level 1. Maybe that's what that means. Maybe that's what it means, but I don't know what else I can click on. Oh, the pillar. Excuse me. Oh, okay. This must be people that you can talk to. All right.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I want the truth.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. But my God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
Citizen hints. You have discovered a hint. It reveals a secret about a citizen or someone related to them. Press tab to open up. Tom and William Bishop used to be good friends. I guess that's my hint. As a vampire, you need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the XP you will earn if you feed on this citizen. Unlock hints to increase the amount of XP. That's the bartender, right? Yeah, that's the bartender.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Who is he?
William. It's a Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite.
No
He
bite.
stand up most of the time.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What'd you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
All right.
I hope I live long enough to see them Red Bulls get what's coming to them.
Not long ago, this sort of mess would have given me a laugh.
That doesn't do him any good. Oh, he does go over here. No, he came this way. Maybe I gotta go out the back. Nope. Somebody's leaving pennies around.
I will return later.
Okay. Join the Royal Fleet today. Oh, World War I was over. Maybe it's not. There we go. Found the blood.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. What's this? Some sort of note.
Prywin orders.
This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim.
I wonder if it's meant drained of its blood.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
All right. What the hell? I thought I found another. I don't know where it's at. Oh, that's right, it's right here. Prywin orders. Multiple death in Docks region. We believe a nasty leech is involved. Locate the beast. Purge it quickly. According to recent reports, this vampire is very violent. Approach with extreme caution. I know we lack the men in this part of town, but don't send rookies to investigate the case. If I'm correct, we've got a frenzied one killing each night. As always, search abandoned places first, like old houses, basements, sewers, and warehouses. Destroy the leech, brothers. Alright.
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters.
What did he say I need to go to the other side of the dock? Can't jump there. Ah. Here we go. Western Docks. Obviously, it's not a door. There's some more pennies.
It's locked.
It's locked. It's definitely going to make me go in here. Opportunity attack. Now, why did it do that? Am I hitting the wrong button? Six bullets.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
I don't even know how to equip a gun. How do you equip this? I saw how to go through the chute. Well, that's got to be if you got the gun equipped, because otherwise the right button is the stun. All right, let me see if those are Z and C. See, it doesn't do anything. Somebody looking at... I can't get up there without getting shot.
This is not a place for you, sir.
Not a place for me.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
The problem is, it doesn't... I gotta figure out how to cast the shadow spikes at a distance. Or maybe I have to wait for another power to do that. Shadow mist details. Place a cloud of shadows at the target's feet or yours. Well, how do I put it? Does more damage. Okay, we'll have to figure out how to do that eventually. Enemy card. Enemies are more resistant. Resistance is ranged. Blood hide.
Burn it, boys! Fuck, it's fast!
All right. Lead plate shotgun shells. 3 shilling. Alright guys, got one of them crossbows.
Get them weapons ready! We found one! Watch yourselves!
Alright.
Over there!
Over there! Who was he yelling at? Is there other people here? Alright, now what did I pick up from her? What did I pick up? I can't remember where. There we go, it's in this thing. No? I don't know, maybe I didn't pick anything up from her. That guy walked in there just as I was trying to see what that was. Three bullets. 2 bullets. Problem is I don't know how to equip the gun. Was there something up here? Okay, this is where I came in at. Alright. Vampire hunters don't count as against your kills. Only citizens do. Alright. You don't get very many EXP for those guys either. Well, used Lapara. It's a pistol shotgun. Ah, damn, I didn't mean to jump, but... Alright, we're definitely going this way anyway. Okay, we're going this way.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
There's a lead rod. I'll need one of those. Now I need 3 small handle pieces too. Uh-oh, this guy I'm looking for.
As one, we shall overcome this. We've done it before. No. I had a drink outside tonight already and it did not quench my thirst. I must have more.
2-handed weapons.
Oh dear God, not again. William, please stop.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
William, my arm. I can't feel it.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Doesn't really work in a good way.
William, please, stop. William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
We knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Wow. She be gone.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
hurt and I have no blood.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Let's find everything that I can get. I need the small handle parts. Some shillings. Never really cared for the type of game that you just have to hunt around, spend hours looking for just the littlest things. It won't let me jump up there like she did. That was it, I guess. I think it's going to be it.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed. A surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
And for that, you are right.
Why'd you stop?
Then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes.
You did?
So, what do you say?
If I say no, the game's over.
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I don't know about that.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
All right. He's in a suit now. Mission update. Analyze. Okay, where am I at now? Oop, wrong way. Oop. Getting used to these. Okay, this is where I was at the docks. Man, have I got to go all the way back there to use my hideout? Or do you have one every... Enter the Pembroke Hospital? Or do you get one every zone? What is this? A custom marker. Why do I have that? Let's get rid of that. Well, I do not know. What is this? A custom marker. I wonder if when I was looking at the map and I was clicking on, oh, that's what it is. I was trying to drag the map earlier. That's what happened. Okay, not that it matters. See, I still haven't figured out how to change weapons yet. Okay. Identify and confront the vampire who created me. That's done. Enter the hospital. I never did find everybody else. Alright. Let's figure out what we gotta do. That's locked. They won't let me up there.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Now, it's my turn!
Rotten ore pristine. Each heart contains try it all.
He just stabbed him and threw him in the river. And I don't know what is going on.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Oh. Blood quality. The blood quality indicates how much EXP you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more EXP. Mesmerized. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them and lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerized level must be equal or higher to the citizen's resistance. Press Q. God, I gotta change that button.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
I don't know what I'm doing. Follow the red trail. Blood temptation. Press left mouse to embrace or control to release him. Embracing Clay will provide a massive EXP boost, but be aware that there will be consequences. Learning more about citizens and collecting their hints will increase the experience gained.
In the back, you bastard!
To embrace
Didn't have the guts to fuck me. Fuck you.
such a burden, such a device.
Did it say just say I'll have to pay the consequences now? I can't do nothing with his body, huh? It just lays there. Alright, now I saw I picked up a hatchet. Is it... Hell, I got a cudgel too. 72 damage, it's by far the best. Can I equip it? See, that's what I don't understand. Now, why is it so hard? Or wait a minute. Nope, that doesn't do anything either. Okay, is there a way to change? Ah, there we go. Oh, that's, you can have the gun up too. I kind of like the stake because you can stun. Does the... Now that makes a little more sense. Like I said, I'm definitely still learning how to do things yet. I need to upgrade my steak. I guess you were supposed to come over here just to tempt you to eat that guy, huh? That's the same room I was just in. I need some more handles. There's some dice. Some more shillings. Cue the music.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Ooh, she's mean.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
She got blood all over her hands. What the hell was she doing?
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Okay.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Okay.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Let's go talk to this dude again.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true.
Oh, it's
the
nice.
famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett's, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Hint required. Okay, you gotta talk to other people to get these, I guess.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
It lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
Hint available.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Doesn't it have a hint? Alright, what does R do? That tells me what I need to mess... Oh, I can eat him? 1500 EXP. He's only got one hint out of the 5. Okay. Alright, what's E?
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Oh, I don't know what that did, but... All hit required. Alright, I guess we're done.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Find your office. Where was the other girl at? She's way over here.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see.
He did?
Well, I'm a little surprised. But I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Really? Okay, what's the R for her? 5?
Do you require medical
Okay, that's what it is. He asked if
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
That's what that means. Medical checkup.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
I guess there's going to be certain times that you can help the people with you being a doctor.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
New hint available.
I'm not familiar with all the...
Brilliant
most...
It would be...
Alright, we're gonna go back. Back.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Okay, I don't know... When I get the hints, like, does that mean I open up? Okay, it's got 2 spy glasses. Maybe I can go back and talk to him. Health status. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Go back and talk to this dude. See if a hint's opened up. Well, he's not here anymore. Where the hell did he go? Ah, they do just walk around. I don't think I need to go this way. I need to go in the hospital. There he is.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Oh, here we go. You're exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Okay, so that does mean that there are more of them available. But I gotta find them first. Alright.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Alright. What is over here? Then I'll talk to that guy. I guess there's nothing. I don't know how close you gotta get it to glow. Oh, you quit diving around? Here we go.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Ah. He's a gun guy, or a merchant.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Okay.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. New investigation. Alright, smuggling weapons.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Okay. Alright, F and R takes a 2. I wonder how you get your mesmerize up. What does this do? While I'm talking to him. Social circle. That's one of the nurses. So he somehow is tied to her. Now that starts to explain what these are. I killed this guy, alright. A lowlife with no consideration for the being, save perhaps his own wife, Edwina. He was the leader of the Wet Boot Boys, one of the toughest gangs in the East End docks. The gang imposed rules were only meant for outsiders. Mr. himself owned a large section of the black market that now plagues the district. As tough as he was selfish, Mr. Cox seemed to consider all human beings as prey, enemies or tools. He considered Edwina to be his female counterpart. She was the only woman he ever respected. Maybe because she was the only one who ever dared oppose him. She was absent from his last thoughts, though. Mr. Cox was too busy cursing at the world as I killed him. Alright. Wonder who this guy's going to be, because he won't have a social circle. I don't know exactly what that means, but... Either way. Alright, now let's get back. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Yep, required.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Buy. Milton shotgun. $2.96. Wow. Bullets. Shotgun shells. Common. 32 for 1. Wonder why I can't buy them. Okay, what if, how many handle parts do I have? 2. I need 3, right? Or no, it's common. I need a tiny handle. I'm pretty sure I needed 3, but it doesn't. Did I just buy that? No. Alright. That gave me 3. Alright. Ah, dang it. That's not what I wanted.
I thought a lot.
Where's the missions? Here they are. Take me to the hospital, main quest. Find my office. Maybe it was this one. No. Maybe it was this one. Local investigations. Enter the backyard garden. Guess there's nothing to do here but go into my office.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Can't do anything with her.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Really?
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Really?
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Something else in the garden.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Wrong target. What does that mean? Thelma, let me find out. Thelma was affected by Cotard syndrome. Believes she's a vampire. I don't know who that is. Actually, she must not be a vampire. She's human. Alright.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
So many deaths.
Here again.
And what of my own life?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Alright, what is his... Okay, so he's with her. I don't know what that means, though. He actually can be eaten pretty easily.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Well...
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
I'm not gonna piss him off.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft?
To wait.
Aren't you afraid?
She's quite...
We're done with that. I think I've asked everything I need to ask.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Elwood Blues. Alright, talk to her again.
Daily routine.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Did I not ask this already?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Hmm? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Okay.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Well, that didn't help me in anything.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet.
Oh, a new one.
My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this button. Now she's with Milton. I don't have any hints unlocked yet. Pippa Hawkins.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
All right. We can go talk to him later. Need hints to open that up.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
This guy is saved.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
You're not giving me much information, dude.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Oh.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Booth Digby, what a name.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint. Not even criminals.
Still not getting much info.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Really?
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
He's all open here. Let's try.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith, willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
That means not all crosses are made equal.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here.
Empty.
Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Actually, I wanted to check his...
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
The doc. Oh, is that guy in the middle? Yeah, he's the pillar of the community. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Talk again later. Alright, now where was I?
It's locked, all right.
Here again.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
I've already talked to her. Anybody here to talk to? Man, there's a bunch of people here.
And you can kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Dabbler? I'll show you Dabbler.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, Perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
All right.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Really?
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
I think I got all those, yeah?
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money? Fame?
Money.
Or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Wow, this guy's getting brutal.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon. And it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative. It is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Guess we're done talking to him. I do want to see who his...
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Hell, I haven't talked to anybody in his social circle. Got a lot of EXP if you eat him.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
So many deaths. I will not let you down, my boy. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Well, he's not giving much information here. Gonna have to have hints for everything else. All right.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Now.
Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Let's talk to you, young lady.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Oh, it's Dorothy. I have already talked to you. She's the pillar of the third stage. Huh.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Didn't know that.
How can we be sure it makes a difference?
As for me...
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Such an honor.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about yourself.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Really?
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Really?
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
We got a new investigation.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Really?
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Aykroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Well, I guess we need more hints.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Go back and talk to Mr. Fenwick, or whatever his name is.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Well.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Well, he only has one more hint. He doesn't give much EXP, and he's with the 3 doctors, so...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen.
I don't know exactly if that's going to help anything.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Who is this woman? Man, she's already got 2,000 EXP. That's going to be her son right there, I'm assuming.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes. Thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Really?
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What is that supposed to mean? Is she a madam?
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Social standing?
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Wow. Everything's locked.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Let's talk to her son.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Mortimer.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured, you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed.
Good hands, the all-state hands.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
I think I already asked.
How painful.
So painful.
I'll let you get some rest then.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Never could keep anything from her. All right. I think that's everybody in this room. And I wish it told me who it... Well, I guess it does if I do this. No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, it does. Pippa Hawkins. that's going to take me outside. I don't want to go outside yet.
The suffering continues.
This looks like a storeroom. Small bottle. Do we want to go to the 3rd floor yet? Let's just take a quick look up here. Or whatever it is, I can't go up it. Is that the same way the other room is? Or the other stairs? Maybe this isn't the stairs I need to go up. I don't see anything. No, it's counting down. It says 18 meters. A used hacksaw. T.L. Woods medical files. Why does it always take me to the map? Patient's face been heavily burned, disfigured by a bomb during the war. Survivor's guilt. Survivor's guilt. Dr. Tippett's, and here we go.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Dragonbane. Barker. What is happening? You know, those must be the... Yeah, that's what happened. Those must be the DLC stuff. Nicknamed Barker because of noise produced when firing. In the shape of its large muzzle, the pistol is conceived, crafted, and held by Carl Eldridge, second leader of the Guard of Piran. Heavy, not very accurate, supplied with a customized magazine. Gun designed to quickly make many big holes in its target. Carl Eldridge asked to be buried with his gun, so he was able to shoot himself in case a vampire would trick him by somehow offering the poisonous gift of immortality. However, the gun was mysteriously stolen before the funeral, never to be seen again. I stole the gun, huh? A used hacksaw. Huh. Ancient sword with a Latin phrase engraved in a blade. Had been forged in Wales during the 6th century and belonged to Paulus Annulus, founder of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's. Legend that the blade was forged before it chose the path of exile and left England with his people. Dragon blade has been passed to each new primate of the Brotherhood. Primate? It may be used in secret ceremonies. When a primate was sent to the path of war, despite the hostile creature, the sacred sword was supposedly lost during the schism between the Brotherhood and the Guard of Piran in the middle of the 19th century. Okay, so we want to want to keep the steak. I can't remember what I needed to do. Was it this button? This button? This button? Well, ah, damn it. Oh, here we go. Takes less stamina. Dear Jonathan, alright, quit running around. Now that was in that locker. Article on Econs. Supernatural speed. Alright, I need to check that out. One of the most powerful abilities of the vampire is deploy the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call it transient mesmerism, but it has nothing to do with the mortal's ability to alter the subject's mental state. Blood awareness. Same vampire even told me that you can see a mortal has clean blood or is ill. Alright. Okay, I should be able to upgrade. Light regeneration serum. Oh, that means I can make that, I guess. Now I want to upgrade this. Alright, and I wanted to increase the stun. Hmm. %, it's only losing by 3, but this increases the stun. I'm gonna wait.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Okay, that allows me to refill my weapons, or guns. what do I want? I think I want to increase my stamina. Blood capacity would be alright too. Increase your blood absorption when using a bite in combat. Nothing else is unlocked. What is this? 20% just goes up. Alright, this is probably the same thing. Increase your capacity by 5%. I don't even know how much blood I can get. This actually wouldn't be too bad either. 5%. Can I upgrade this? I cannot. Level 8 required. Level 6 required. Alright, let's increase my stamina. I can actually increase that too. Alright, what was this? Health, blood capacity. Increase the amount of blood. %'s only going to give me 2 points, 3 points. How much does it cost to cast this? 20 blood. Plan on using these bites. And I hate just to get a bunch of ones. To at least get increased blood capacity. Now I've opened up these, didn't even realize it. +1 syringes. Plus 10% bullets. We're done. We'll save the XP for when we level that up. Oh, and I opened everything up. I like the invisible one, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Alright. Oh. Major district events. Every night, the consequence of your actions may improve or degrade the district health status. It can also be degraded due to disease among spreading citizens. The more lives you take, the unhealthier your district becomes. If the district's health status drops below critical, it will plunge into chaos. I got you. That since I killed that guy. It's stable. Everything else. All right.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Alright, first thing we're going to do, this is where we're going to stop for this playthrough. Alright, and we are going to reset. So just give me a few minutes.